Hello, everybody. David here with the Daily with God, and I'm here on March 5th, bringing you another chapter from this amazing book, Jesus Calling, written by Sarah Young. And today we're gonna be talking about making friends with the problems in your life. This book is written in a way as if Jesus was speaking to you directly, and then we're gonna have homework. I'm gonna read these for you also, and I want you to come back today and meditate on all these scriptures, okay? So let's get started. Jesus says, make friends with the problems in your life. Though many things feel random and wrong, remember that I am sovereign over everything. I can fit everything into a pattern for good, but only to the extent that you trust me. Every problem can teach you something, transforming you little by little in the masterpiece I created you to be. The very same problem can become a stumbling block over which you fall if you react with distrust and defiance. The choice is up to you, and you will have to choose many times each day whether to trust me or defy me. This is so powerful, guys. The best way to befriend your problems is to thank me for them. This simple act opens your mind to the possibility of benefits flowing from your difficulties. You can even give persistent problems nicknames, helping you to approach them with familiarity rather than with dread. The next step is to introduce them to me, enabling me to embrace them in my loving presence. I will not necessarily remove your problems, but my wisdom is sufficient to bring good out of every one of them. This is so important, guys. It is extremely hard for so many people to thank God for their problems. But if you look at it from different perspective, knowing that God and Jesus can make things good those problems by teaching you something. There is a verse in the Bible that says, all things work together for good to those who love God. So God can, if you trust God, this is very powerful what it says over here. If you trust God with your problems, He will turn them around and make something good out of them. Teach you a lesson, hold your hand, walk you out of the problems. The key is to thank Him for the problems and trust that He will walk you out of the situation and make something better out of it. Just remember in your life how many times it happened that something bad happened. It looked like it was a bad thing. Maybe you got fired, maybe you lost something, and you got mad or angry or depressed. But then it turned out that if that didn't happen, you would not meet some other person. You would not have the opportunity to get a better job. You would not have the opportunity to do something else if that bad thing didn't happen. Okay, so I know it's very hard. It took me a long time also, but I always try to remember to thank God for every situation, whether it's good or bad, and trust that He's gonna work it for good because I love Him. As it says in the Bible, all things work together for good to those who love Him. Let's get into the scriptures over here, okay? Romans 8, verse 28. We are assured and know that God, being a partner in their labor, all things work together and are fitting into a plan for good to and for those who love God and are called according to His design and purpose. I didn't even see that, to be honest with you. I just read it, but it reminded me this scripture before I read it for you guys, so that's interesting. 1 Corinthians chapter 1st, verse 23 and 24. But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to Gentiles. But to those who God has called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. Very powerful. If you have a hard time understanding this, um, I invite you to replay this video, and as I always say, meditate on these scriptures. And if you have any questions or comments, please post them below this video. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Daily with God, and I will speak with you tomorrow. God bless you.